Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special session where we have live demos and users Q&A with our Zoho Writer product experts. So I'm Sini and I'm joined by Gautam today as we take you through a hands-on session with Zoho Writer.
Hey everyone, great to have you all here. This is going to be an exciting session because we'll be diving straight into real use cases and scenarios from our users.
And what makes this session different is that we are not just going to talk about the document creation, we are going to show you how Zoho Writer can replace multiple tools in your workflow, while traditional word processors stop at just typing and formatting. Writer goes much further.
Exactly. With built-in automation, fillable forms, CRM integration, signing workflows, document routing, and version control, Zoho Writer is more than just a word processor. It's a complete document engine.
Whether you are creating contracts, collecting client inputs, or automating proposals, Writer eliminates the need for 4 to 5 separate apps, and that's the value we want to highlight today.
Yes, so let's get started and show you how to get more done with less effort using Writer.
Right? And a quick housekeeping note before we begin, please use the Q&A pan to post any questions you may have during the session. We'll try to answer those questions during the webinar as well as in the end. And for the best viewing experience, switch to the top bar or sidebar layout while clicking on the 3 dots in your meeting toolbar. So before we dive into the demos, we wanted to start by answering a few questions we received from users in our community forum. So these questions reflect real challenges and ideas that many of you have, and we thought it would be great to address them right at the start of the session. After that, we'll move on to the main agenda. We have structured today's session into 2 segments: simple workflows and advanced workflows. This way, whether you are just getting started or looking to scale your automation, there's something for everyone today.
Definitely, Srini. Yes, we have handpicked a few great questions that came up in our forums. So let me quickly show you the questions that we have got. So this is the first question. So this is a problem that we are having. Where we are a land surveying company and have the survey in our email addresses. And regarding this question, it seems like this is related to Zoho Mail. So what we will do is we will inform our Zoho Mail team to contact you and address this question as soon as possible. And moving on to the next one. So is there a way to easily embed writer documents in Zoho sites or any external websites with live data sync? Yes, there is a way for that. So let me quickly show you how you can embed a document in from Writer. So here in Writer, we have an option to distribute. So here you can go to the publish option and click on public on the web and then publish the document first. So once the document is published, you can go ahead and copy this embed code. So here you can ensure to check this box so that whenever you update the document, the contents that you change will also get updated in the embedded website. So once that is done, just copy the code, and here I have a Zoho site, and here you can see I'm just editing this website. What I'll do is I'll just add some elements and go to the embed iframe. Here I'll just go ahead and paste the code that I've copied. Click on OK. So now you can see that the document is actually embedded in the website. So you'll be able to go ahead and check it out. So based on your requirement, you can change the iframe size and you'll be able to display the document in the website itself. And as I mentioned, as we have enabled automatic republishing, whenever you change the contents, it'll also be automatically updated. I hope that answers your question. So let's just move on to the next one. So we are having difficulty with creating merge templates that will efficiently merge data from sources such as CRM and forms into a usable PDF. This issue is largely a visual formatting problem. You can get the data itself to merge if it doesn't show up aligned in the final version where we want it. Okay, so it seems that you've got a formatting issue in the document. So what we would suggest is you can let us know the file in which you have this issue. So this is specific to each documents. So using those information, we'll be able to check on this. So what we'll do is we will reach out to you and get the required information and get it sorted. So yes, moving on to the next one, we create many fillable forms using provided PDF documents, and I'm finding the functionality difficult to manage in some areas. It could be very well that I am not understanding some of the functionality, so any help would be great. Okay, so yeah, this is as well a specific issue related to the document. So what we can do is we can get the information, and we'll be able to assist you further regarding via email. And if required, not to worry, we'll also schedule a call with you and have this sorted. So yeah, okay. So we have got another question. So this is not available on the screen. So I used to do this conditional text field roughly as if format. So they are using an if else condition, and it is not working. So they are using code, and it seems that it's not working. So yes, this is also specific condition, a specific issue related to the requirement as well as the document. So we get the information, we will send you an email and collect the information, and we'll be able to assist you. And there is the final question. So I am facing this issue where I want my Zoho forms to get connected to Zoho Writer for document merge, so that I receive all the documents while someone fills the form. So yes, regarding this question, we have a scenario planned today. So we'll be able to showcase this question scenario live in a demo. Just stay until the end so that we'll be able to discuss this further on this requirement.
Great. Thank you so much for answering all the questions that's been raised by users on our forums and through other channels, Gautam. That helps a lot in clarifying their doubts. So let's start with our first scenario under simple workflows. So Gautam, here once we got from a user planning a charity event. They wanted to generate event flyers automatically by pulling in personalized details like event name, date, venue, and contact from a data source. Now, instead of designing each flyers manually, they are looking to use a single template in Writer that autofills this data. And they also want to include advanced elements like a Google map of the venue, dynamic event dates, and even QR codes so that their attendees can scan and visit their website to view more information. Can you help us with this?
Definitely, Siri. That's actually a perfect use case for merge templates with advanced field types in Writer. So let me quickly jump into the demo session and I'll let you know. So yes, so here is a well-crafted document. So this is a flyer that we have created in Zoho Writer from scratch. So let me quickly show you the elements that we have created in this. So here you can see that there are various text boxes, images inserted into the document. So these are images inserted in such a way that it overlaps the document. So here you can see that this particular image has a wrap type inline, whereas this one has got a different wrap type. So this is how you can add various text boxes, and we'll be able to add content over the content. So here you can see that this particular document, this particular text box is in front of text. So similarly, you can also change the wrap type and arrange the document according to your preference. And furthermore, what we are going to do is we are going to use this as a merge template, and in this we have connected a data source which is a Zoho sheet. So here I have the event date, time, and the QR code information, and along with that I have also added the locations. The Google map location has been added, and the event registered attendees email addresses available. So now what I'll do is I'll just go to my document and insert the fields according to my preference. So from once I connect the data source, all the fields will be listed out in my left panel. And for QR code, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the format. So here I'll go to the manage fields, and here you can see that I have changed the format of the particular field to QR code. And once that is done, I'll just go ahead and save it. Similarly, for map as well, I have also chosen map as the format for the particular field. So now once the field type is set, what you can do is you can just save the settings, and then you can simply insert the fields from the left panel. So here you can see there is a QR code info. So all you have to do is just place your cursor and then go ahead and insert the field. So now we have inserted this, and here you can see that it's been configured as a web URL. So these are the various options available for you to configure the QR code. So you can configure it as an SMS message so that the users can simply take out the devices and scan to get the message. So similarly, for map as well, we have added this as a we have added the location in the data source, and here you can see the map field is being inserted into the document. So now once this configuration is done, let me just show you a preview. So this will be the output that is being shown to the users. So here they'll be able to check on the Google location, and here they can simply scan and get their tickets online. And here they also have the event details, time, venue, entry fee, etc. So all these information is brilliantly inserted into the required areas, and the document is generated. So now what you can do is you can go to the email option and configure the email address from the data source. So you need not manually enter each and every attendee's email address. So you can simply put in the field and choose the required format, whether inline or attachment, and then go ahead and run the merge. So now once I go ahead and run the merge, what will happen is each attendees will be getting their own document or the flyer for their reference. And similarly, you can also create various flyers. You can also create various tickets that can be generated to the particular customer when an event is organized. So this is how event organization and marketing teams can design templates and make use of advanced fields to visually represent their flyer or their marketing content in a better way.
Great, that was a detailed demo, Gautam. Thank you so much for the clarification. So now let's move on to our next scenario. Sales teams often track performance using spreadsheets. But what if you could take that data and generate region-wise sales reports or agent-wise sales report, all within Zoho Writer? Let's say you are a retail chain with outlets across multiple cities. This can save hours of effort, right?
Exactly, Sini. So I'll now show you how to do that using a Zoho sheet as a data source, then using group by and aggregate features in Zoho, right, to generate a monthly sales report. So let me quickly get to the document, and here I have a sales report available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the data source as Zoho sheet. So it might be Zoho sheet or Zoho CRM. So we support various data sources. So you can pick any one of the data sources based on your requirements. So in this case, I'm going to use Zoho sheet. And as you can see in the sheet, I have the date, order number, product, region, city, amount, and the sales agent who has perform that sales. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a report which is going to be the monthly split up of the sales that is being happened in monthly wise and as well as for agent wise. So it will be split into region and agent. So I'll be getting an overall report of the monthly sales that is being done in the company. So for that, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to group the fields using region. So here you can see that I've added a group by field. So for that, what I have to do is I have to go to the left panel. I'll be able to see the region field. So based on your requirement, so if you'd like to group the data by product, so you want to know how many products has been sold, or you want to group by based on the product, and you can go ahead and group the product field. So in this case, I'm going to use group by region because I just want to know the region sales report. So I'm just clicking on group by, and here I'm going to use group region and group city. So my main requirement is I have to group the data by region wise and then go by city. So this is how the data will be grouped together. And here I have the total amount. So for this, I'm going to use an aggregate field, and I'm summing up the total amount along with the grouped region. So I'm going to use grouped region as the aggregate based on, and the field to aggregate is the total amount. So here you can see that in the data source, I have the amount field, and I'm going to use this as an aggregate field. I'm going to convert this as an aggregate field. So for that, what you have to do is you have to go to the amount and click on aggregate, and based on your requirement, you can select the sum. So here you can group it based on the region wise or the city wise. So once that is done, I have inserted that into the first table. So now this monthly sales report for region wise is done. So next, moving on to the agent wise. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use group by field for the sales agent, and then further we are going to group it by the region, and then further we are going to group it by the city. So the first criteria is to group the agent sales report, and then it will be sorted by region and city. So let me show you an output of this document so that you'll be able to get to know a clear picture of it. So here you can see that in this data source we have various raw data. Now we are going to convert that into a visually representing monthly report. So here you can see that based on the region. So this is the south region, Bangalore and Chennai. And here we have west, which is Mumbai and Pune, and north we have Delhi and Noida. So the total number of sales, the amount of sales happened is reported in here, and I am also adding a formula field in here. So here you can see that I am adding an aggregate field with whole data source, so that we'll be able to get the entire total amount. So now, let's just go to the agent wise split up. So here you can see that Anjali is taking care of the region for South and the sales that they made in Bangalore and the product name. So they have contributed for air conditioner and water purifier, and it sums up to the total of 60,800. So here you can also see that we have also added a total value for the entire sales report. So this is how you can make sure that the data that you have, the raw data, can be easily converted into the report as we show.
Great. Thanks again, Gautam. So now let's move on to another scenario here. So let's take a use case from a research organization that's drafting a memorandum of agreement with a collaborating institution. Now, instead of going back and forth over emails, they want to share a fillable version of the MOA where the client can directly enter key details like the total project budget, cost sharing ratio, and payment schedule. The key here is control and validation. The team wants to track what changes were made, verify that the data is valid, and then finalize the document only once internal approval is complete. Can you show us that?
Definitely, Siri. That's where writers' fillable fields combined with track changes really shine. So let me show you how the clients can fill only specific fields, and how we can review, accept or reject each input before moving to the final version. So this is an MOA document that we have created, and this is a fillable template. So now what we are going to do is we have fillable fields in this document, and my requirement is for my client to enter details into this fillable document, but I do not want the original content or the content that I have to be dislocated or to make any changes to that. So this is an agreement, so I just have to be more careful. So what I can do is I can just share this document so that only the fillable fields in the document will be editable by the customer or the client. So here what we are going to do now is we are going to go to the automate option, and if required you can also pre-fill the data to the fields, and you can go ahead and share the document. So now what we are going to do is, for this we are going to click on share option, and I'm going to share this document as a fillable form, but I'm going to use edit field values, and now I'm going to share the document. So now what will happen is my client will be able to edit the fillable fields that I have in the document. But what if I also need the fillable fields original data to remain? So in that case, what I can do is I can just go to the review option and enable track changes, so that even if they make any changes to the document, even if they make any changes to the fields, only after accepting those changes, the fields will be recorded. So let me show you live how it works. So let me quickly share the document to myself, and I'm going to use edit field values and then click on share option. So as you can see, this is an external user. This is not a part of a team. So you can share this document to anyone across the internet. So let me just wait for my email. Yep. So here you can see that there was a file shared. So I'm going to click on the file and view it. So now let's just say I'm entering the company's name and the company address. So here you can see that all the changes that I made is getting reflected, but it's since we have enabled track changes, the content is not highlighted. So the content is getting highlighted. 20%. So also you can see that I have linked fields together so that whenever I enter the company name over here, it is getting reflected in all the fields that I have linked as well. So you can also make use of this option to link the fields in Writer. So yes, now once this is done, let me switch over to the document in which I am the owner. So here you can see all the changes made by the particular user. So if required, I can go ahead and accept those changes. So here, let me click on accept. So here you can see once I click on accept, the field is getting updated with the value. Whereas if I go ahead and reject certain information, it will be rejected. So let's just say I would like to add more details into it, or let me say I'll add some comments stating that the date is not proper or the date has to be 12th. So once I click on this, the user will be able to view those information and they'll be able to make sure that the changes is done accordingly. So now you can see that this is being accepted. So let me just go ahead and change this to 12. So now once this is done, I can go ahead and accept the change that is made by the particular user. So this is how you can have a live collaboration over the fields. So whenever you share an agreement or any other document which involves multiple iterations, you can just make use of this option so that only after you accept or reject the changes, the document content will be reacted accordingly. So that's how you can use the fillable templates for live collaboration whenever you share an agreement.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Gautam, for that. So, for all those HRs and payroll teams, this one's for you. Our next focus on creating monthly pay slips with Zoho Writer.
Yeah. So yes, the next scenario is going to be creating a payslip. So yes, you might be wondering how to create a payslip or maybe facing difficulties in creating a payslips. So we have a better option for you. So here you can use formulas, conditional formatting, and dynamic tables to build accurate and professional payslips. So Zoho Writer has got everything for you to create and send out payslips to your employees. So HR teams and payroll teams just pay attention. So let me show you how you can create a payslip in Writer from scratch. So here you can see that this is a well-crafted payslip that we have created in Writer, and here we have added various formulas, various conditional rows, and various conditions inside the cells as well. So let me show you one by one on how you can create this. So here you can see that this is a table and we have added various tables across the document. So there are multiple tables added into the document, and furthermore we have a data source as well. And when we talk about data source, you can also use any other applications that you use to pull the data from Zoho People, etc. So in this case, we are going to use Zoho Sheet. So if you want to have Zoho People, then we also have an option over there. So you can use Zoho People and integrate it with the Writer so that you'll be able to generate payslips within Zoho People UI itself. So here you can see that only the basic information is available in the data source. We have the monthly CTC, opted Mediclaim, telephone reimbursement, fuel reimbursement, and bank account, etc. So this is a very simple and basic information that we have. So using this information and using the power of formulas, we are going to get and provide detailed payslip in the Writer itself. So here you can see that we are used formulas where the monthly CTC is multiplied in order to get the basic salary. And not only that, this is the basic salary for the month, and if you want, you can also get it for the year. And similarly, here you can see that we have used table cell references. So if you want to know how to insert formula, you have to go to the left panel, and under automate option, you can click on formula, and here you'll be able to insert a formula in the required destination. So here you can see that we have used the stable cell value. So here we can add merge fields. If you want, you can add date fields. So we also have the option to get the date difference. So here using data def, you'll be able to perform calculation in dates as well. And these are the various functions available, and you can also check this help article for more information regarding the functions that is available in Writer. And also further moving on, we have the auto fields, which is the dynamically pulling up a date, or you can pick a particular date. And if you have inserted fillable fields in the document, then you can also use those values when entered by the external client to make it into consideration for the calculation. And here we have the table cell reference as well. So if you are inserting a formula within a table, then you will not be required to refer the table's name, or else you can refer the table name and the cell to pick a value from a different table into here. So now once this is done, you can see that we have added a if-else calculation. So if mode contains work from home, then show this value, or else go to the other value. So these are the various formulas, and once this is done, what we are going to do is we are going to get the total amount. So here you can see that the total amount is available in here, and if you would like, you can also convert this into the required format. So here we have various formats available. So if you'd like to convert this into a text format, so usually when we generate a payslip, we tend to show the values in the text as well. So you can make use of this option to format the generated value to text. So let me show you a preview of the output, that you'll get a clear idea on that. So here you can see that we have added the employee name, the employee overall value, the total monthly CTC, etc. And here we have also added the number in text. So we have converted the currency value into text format. So this is how you can create a payslip in Zoho Writer using the available options like formatting, formulas, conditional displaying or hiding rows. So here you can see that we have also added a condition to hide a particular row whenever it is not necessary. So that's how you can create a document for generating payslips.
Great. So, Gautam, so far we have seen how simple workflows like sending flyers or generating payslips can be easily handled in Zoho Writer. But what if the scenario is a bit more complex? For example, we want to dynamically pick templates, apply multiple conditions, or platform different actions based on business rules. Is that possible?
Yes, Sini, that's exactly what the new advanced automation feature in Zoho Writer is built for. So it allows users to go beyond basic merge actions and build multi-step workflows, all without writing a single line of code.
That sounds interesting. Can you elaborate us a little more on that?
Sure. So let's say you're in a situation where you need to generate different agreements based on a customer type. For example, an enterprise customer, SME, or a partner. So using advanced automation, you can configure routing logic that picks the appropriate template automatically based on the CRM field values. And it doesn't stop at template selection. You can also merge multiple templates together, apply post-merge actions like sending the document for sign, sharing via email, storing it in work drive, or even making a document as final and disabling editing.
Great. So it's like building a full document journey from generation to delivery based on dynamic conditions. Am I right?
Exactly, you're correct. So you can also include logic blocks like execute if the condition is true, or filter these records before processing. This is actually perfect for complex workflows like multi-party contract approvals or legal document distribution.
That sounds powerful, Gautam, and it must be a huge win for teams that are currently juggling 4 to 5 different tools to get this done.
Absolutely. You need not have multiple tools. Now, they can all do it within Zoho Writer itself. So the operations would be merge, approve, protect, distribute, all through one visual workflow builder.
That's great. That's a good to know information, Gautam. So now let's move on to the next scenario. So this one is about integrating Writer with CRM using a fillable form. Can you walk us through how this can be applied in a real use case?
Sure, Sini. So let's just take an example of a loan agreement where we have already have a CRM record for a customer, and their basic information like name, contact details, and loan eligibility are stored there. And now we want the customer to update some details on their own. So for that, what we can do is we create a fillable version of the loan agreement where some fields are filled from our CRM data and key fields like the required loan amount or the number of installments, the first payment date, and any additional details are left to the customer to fill it out. So let me show you how you can create a fillable document and merge the details that we have, that the existing details, and also get additional information and update it into CRM as well as create the document and attach it in the CRM record. So let me quickly jump over to the loan document that I've created. Here, this is a loan agreement, and this data source that I have connected is Zoho CRM. So here you can see that I have a module called loan agreement, and these are the details that we have. Here we have the user ID, the name, all the information. So what we are going to collect is the first payment date, last payment date, required loan amount, and the number of months, payment method, etc. So these are the details that we need to get from the customer in the agreement. So you cannot just go ahead and get these informations when it comes to an agreement. So what we are going to do is we are going to pre-fill the information that we have and then get additional information from the customer. So for that, let me go to the loan agreement, and here you can see that I have added merge fields. So here you can see that data source is the CRM, and in this merge fields, the data will be from the Zoho CRM, and then I'm going to get these informations from the customer. And in order to update this information back to CRM, what I've done is I have added a custom function. So let me show you that as well. So here, this is merge share fillable link. So this is the output operation that I'm going to use, and you can see that I'm going to use the email address from the data source itself and send a fillable link to the customer so that they'll be able to fill the required information. And in the form submit action, that is when the customer submits the form after filling the details, the output action that I need is to trigger a custom function. So I'm going to use this option, and here I have already added a script. So let me show you that as well. So here you can see that I've added a script, and for this configuration we have a dedicated Deluge webinar available. Sam will be posting that link, so you can check out this detailed configuration over that webinar. So for this, now you can see that I've added the module name, and I'm going to match the record based on user ID. So based on the customer's user ID, which I have in my CRM as well, I'm going to match the record, and I'm going to fill the details like the first payment date, last payment date, required loan amount, etc. So now once that is done, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to attach the document to the particular CRM record. And here you can see that I'm attaching the document to the particular CRM record, and also I'm going to fill the data as well. So I'm going to fill the information from the once the customer submits, and also I'm going to attach the document to the particular record. So now once this is done, I can go ahead and save it. And if you have any difficulties in writing this code, just not to worry, we have a gallery available, and here you can see that we have all the functions to easy to use. So by just clicking on the use button, you will be able to insert this function to the document, and all you have to do is just create a connection and then execute the function. That's it. So you can make use of these functions where you can see that you can upload the document to Drive, other drives, etc. And also you can, in this case I've used update Zoho CRM record. So this is the function that I've used in order to update as well as attach the document to CRM. So now once this configuration is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the merge from a particular record in Zoho CRM. So I would not need to just switch between multiple applications. All I have to do is just select the required record, click on mail merge from here, and click on the required document, and then hit merge. So now it will automatically take you to the document, and since the settings are already configured, I'm just going to click on a single button which is run merge. So now the document will be generated and the link will be sent to the appropriate user. So let me just wait for my email. So here you can see that I have received two documents. So since I have selected two records, I have received two documents. So I'm just going to click on the link. So this contains all the information that is pre-filled from the Zoho CRM. So you can see the user name, lender's name, etc. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the user ID and then fill in the first payment date and the last payment date. So I'm going to add in the required loan amount, and the payment method would be yes. So here you can see that I have also linked these fields. So whenever I enter the loan amount here, it will be automatically inserted in this as well. So now I'm just going to enter the number of months and the installment. So all these details are filled, and I'm now here to hit submit. So once I hit submit, what will happen is a document of the loan agreement along with the details will be updated in my CRM record. So let me just check on this. So if you'd like to track, you can also go to the log page and get the details as well. So here you can see that the document is generated and the custom function is also executed. So now let's just go to the CRM and check if the details is updated. So the record that I updated was Sandeep Verma. So yeah, here you can see that every details is being filled now. So here you can see that the first payment date, last payment date, required loan amount, etc. is getting filled, and also we have updated the PDF document, that is the final loan agreement, is also updated into the particular CRM record. So that's how you can make use of Zoho Writer's advanced functions to push data from the document to CRM.
That's a perfect example of how form automation and CRM integration can save hours of back and forth in financial workflows, Gautam. So now here is a common scenario, especially in customer operations or legal teams. Say we are generating agreements based on the type of customer, high value or low value. We want to trigger different workflows. Can Writer handle that?
Yes, absolutely. We have our latest advanced automation builder, which will help you to achieve it. So for high value customers, we will route the document internally for a review or approval process. So let's just say there is a client whose value, the high value customer, is getting into the document, and what will happen is when we are creating a agreement for them, we will just send the document for an internal approval process, and then it will be sent out for signature. And whether if it is a low value customer, it will just be directly sent to the customer via email upon a click. So to configure this, what we are going to use is we are going to use advanced automation tool. So normally when you want to create a document, you will be using a particular template. Whereas in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to use multiple templates, and based on our criteria, we'll be able to choose the required templates as well as its settings. So let me just go to the automate tab, and here you can see set up advanced merge. So by clicking on this, you'll be able to view a builder, and here you can see that I have added a trigger which is manually on trigger, and I've added a filter button as well. So here you can see that we have various logic like filter data, filter files, route data, or route files. So when it comes to route data, so it's like checkbox. So whenever you want to add multiple, you want the data to go through multiple route, then you can make use of route data. Whereas if you try to use just a single particular criteria, then you can make use of filter, which is like a radio button. So now once these are completed, we also have various actions like combining files, folder management, document management, and merge operation can be done. And we have document delivery as well, which is sending for sign collection, etc. And not only that, you can also convert the document according to your preference. So now once this is done, these are the options that is available. So now what we are going to do is we are going to configure a filter, and in this filter we are going to use the total value. So the total amount, if it is greater than 5001 and equal to, so if this is the value, then we consider this as a high value customer. Whereas if it is lesser than that, we are going to consider them as a low value customer. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to use two different templates. So the first one is the template in which we are currently in. So here we have configured the RID of that, and we are going to use the filtered data, and we are going to use manage fields, and we are also saving it into a desired location. So we are going to use the merge documents folder, and we are going to save it as well. So now once this is done, what we need is we need to send it to the customer directly via email. So here you can see that this is the email setup, and we are going to send the merged file as an attachment to the particular user. So this is how the setup for the low value customer is done. Whereas the setup for high value customer is what we are going to do is, as of now, we only have merge with template settings and merge and store cards available in the advanced automation builder. So in order to have workflows, what we are going to do is we are going to use merge with template settings. So in this case, we are going to get the RID, which is the last set of characters of the document, and we are going to use that merge template, and we are going to use the data source as the filtered data. And in the high value agreement, you can see that I have added an option called merge and send for approval process. So I'm selecting an approval process, and I'm using the configurations done. So if required, I can also execute a custom function and further send the document to various outputs like renaming, publishing, or even sending it for a different platform. So also you can also save this document and send the document for sign collection as well. So here under sign collection, you'll have the ability to add multiple signers and get the document signed. So I guess I have a network issue. Just give me a quick minute. So I've added signer fields into the document, and basically when I configure, I'll be able to add conditions so that based on the conditions, the appropriate signer will be selected. So let me show you that as well. In the meantime, just quickly jump over to the low value document, and so now what will happen is once the document is getting generated, it will be sent out with template settings. So let me just go ahead and run the merge so that you'll get a clear idea on how it looks like. So for this low value document, we are going to use CRM values, and we have a module called customers. So we're going to merge this and use the low value agreement document. Now I'm running the merge. So now I've selected two different customers. So the first customer is the total value is 5,000, which is a low value customer, and the second customer is more than 5,000, who is a high value customer. So let's just say if I have chosen the appropriate document and if it is getting over there. So now the document is generated. So let's just check the log page. Okay, so here you can see that the first scenario, Divya, was a low value customer. So the automation has started and the data was filtered and it was sent to merge and store, and it is completed. So it's now running the send email option. So I'll be getting an email with the merged document. So in this case, so the go to the next record, which is a high value customer. Yep. So here you can see that the automation has begun. The filtered data is gone to the merge with template settings. So I should be receiving an option to the workflow will be initiated for the particular document that was generated. So let me show you that as well. I guess I have stored it in a different location. So not an issue. So how this is how the document will be generated and it will be sent to workflows. So then let me just get into the next scenario.
Sure, Gautam. So let's move on to our final scenario of the day. So this one is all about selecting the right template based on Zoho form inputs. So something that's extremely useful when onboarding customers with different profiles. So Gautam, let's say we have a Zoho form where users select their customer type. For example, it can be enterprise, SME, partner, or a one-time. Based on that selection, we want to merge the right templates. Is that doable with Writer?
Yes, very much. We can add conditions in advanced automation builder and achieve this. So the customer type has a specific agreement format. An enterprise customer might have detailed SLAs and dedicated POCs, whereas a partner would be more focused on collaboration and support teams. So there is a great way in advanced automation builder to personalize documentation without any duplicate efforts. So let me show you a quick demo on this. So this is also related to the question that was asked earlier in the forum, where they have a form and they would like to generate documents whenever the file is getting submitted. So let me just show you. I have a form here, and this is called client classification form. And here I have name, email, company name, industry type, start date, end date, and these are the details available. And I'm going to also have a file upload field in this document. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a document in enterprise, and I'm going to set up an advanced merge operation. So this is where advanced automation builder provides its most advanced operation, where here you can see that we have used on Zoho Forms submission. So that is, whenever a Zoho form is getting submitted, the merge operation will be automatically triggered. And I've used filter data, and in this filter you can see that I have added the customer type as enterprise, partner, SME, and one time. So these are the customer type that I've added, and based on the information submitted by the user in Zoho form, I'll be able to choose between multiple templates. So here you can see that each template is unique. So here we have the enterprise template, partner template, SME, and one-time template. So now once this is done, I'm going to send it via email. And the main objective here is to send the generated document, as well as you can also add the uploaded file into the attachments. So you'll be able to add the attachments, I mean the uploaded file as well. So if you have any use case or any scenarios where you need to get the information and as well as attach that as a proof when you send out the output document, this would be helpful for you, where you can use the Zoho form attachment and generate the document. So before this, if you'd like to know how to configure this option, you can go to the settings in the form. In Zoho Forms, you can go to settings and then go to document merge and then configure Zoho Writer. So this will actually help. We'll be creating a template. You'll be creating a template and you can add in the fields and generate merge operation. So now let's just go ahead and get into the template settings. So now this configuration is done and I have 4 different templates waiting for merge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this option on Zoho Forms submission. So based on that, whenever a form gets submitted, I'll be able to perform the merge operation. So let me just fill the document. So I'm selecting the industry, the date, and the customer type. So let's just say I'm selecting a partner template. I'm going to add the total amount and maybe upload a file and then submit the form. So once the form gets submitted, it will automatically trigger the merge operation. So let's just get into the template and check it out. And here you can go to the view log option to check if there are any options, if there are any getting generated. So here you can see that there is a document getting generated now, and it was done. So here you can see that now the form submission happened and the merge was triggered, and the enterprise document did not get generated because I have chosen partner. So whereas if I select enterprise, SME, or one time, the appropriate template will be selected and the merge operation will be generated. And now let's just wait for the email to be completed. It's been completed. So now I'll be receiving an email with the document that I've submitted. So that's how you can automate various advanced tasks using our advanced automation builder.
That's great. Thank you so much for such a detailed demo on various scenarios that we have discussed today, Gautam. Let me just quickly wrap up with what are the points that we have covered for today. So we started with the first scenario with simple workflows by creating event flyers, and then we moved on to the sales report using Sheet as the data source, where you can generate agent-wise sales report and region-wise sales report. And then we moved on to MOA agreement with terms and conditions with a collaborating institution. And also we have seen how to create payslips using Zoho Writer for HR use cases. And then we finally moved on to the advanced automations, where We had scenarios of using a fillable form from Zoho CRM, and also we push back those data to the document and send those documents based on the value of the customer. And finally, we chose the template based on the form input as well. So today we covered almost all the use cases that can be done from the HR and from the sales team, marketing team, designing team, and in general a document flows that's within CRM and the document management system. So we have almost come to the end of the session, and in case if you have any questions, always reach us to our support team via email or live chat as well. So here we have given you the email address and the phone numbers. Our team works 24/7, so you can always reach us via email and live chat. And via phone calls, we work 24/5. So I would like to thank everyone for all your time during this session, and we are looking forward to meet you in the next upcoming session. So thank you all for your time. You all have a good day and stay safe and healthy. Thank you.